Meteorologist Summer City. It's Friday weekend time. All right, so we got our storm chugging through the Northeast. Boy, it got hot out ahead of it in a lot of places. Some places got stuck in the easterly flow yesterday, but for the most part, the cold front is now making its way southbound, and it's going to put an end to the heat. I think our summertime weather is done for a while, maybe done for a good while. Um, as the pattern is going to be kind of shifting around. It's a really kind of crazy pattern. I'll talk about that in two seconds here. There is a little bit of wet snowflakes going on up across Maine, even up into the high country of Vermont, New Hampshire. There are some freezing rain and snowflakes going on this morning as the system's going through. Something we've been talking about now for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, that while we have the heat coming in, it's going to change dramatically. And speaking of snowstorms, man, I tell you, we might be dealing with a pretty good snowstorm coming out of the Rockies into the Northern Plains coming up next week, which we'll show you too. Um, so that could be quite interesting weather. We also have this tropical thing down here, which is going to come up, and probably most of the operational models have it going out to sea. I'm still leery about that, and we'll tell you that right now. I'm still leery that this thing's going to get trapped in here for a little bit before it heads on out early next week as well. So let's keep our eye open on that one. So, with this NAO being so negative, you got to watch these storms starting to try to get in there. So we'll hit that one up. Let's see here. I'm going to go through real quickly the radar this morning. Here's our rain and snow mixtures going on up across the Northeast right now. And a lot of this is just ground clutter, which we'll see often next couple of months here. And then some thunderstorms down here through Texas. Otherwise, kind of quiet this morning across the country. And thunderstorm-wise, nothing much today, tomorrow, or this weekend. All right, here's the issue. This is the blocking pattern. We're kind of blocking pattern. We're going to come up, and then we're going to go back down again toward mid-month. All right. So we head back down again toward mid-month is when we're going to have to go back and watch out things. But the problem is also that the NAO right now is going to be on the negative side, and it's going to go positive. So the fun times in the eastern part of the country will be coming toward mid-month when we get the P-Day pattern going positive again, and the NAO, oops, for that, and the NAO, what is going on here this morning? And the NAO going negative. That's when things will start to get kind of crazy again in the eastern part of the country. In the meantime, big highs will come down and kind of keep things at bay. We were talking about the well, let me do this real fast. The tropics, they are still watching this thing down here. 1% chance. Otherwise, for the most part, the tropics is pretty clean. Lorenzo kind of cleaned things out as it took off to the northeast. Surface map this morning, you can see the cold front is making its way southbound, and low pressure is heading off the coast this morning, and that'll allow big high pressure to come in for the weekend. It is going to be cooler, almost fall-like. Actually, I say almost fall-like outside. Actually, it shouldn't be fall lake because it is fall. It'll be fall. It'll feel like fall outside this weekend. That is for sure. Okay. Let me show you what's going to happen here. This is the GFS model for this evening. The cold front's heading down south. That's the heat's gone, and big chilly high pressure systems coming down. Some frost and freezes coming up for parts of the Great Lakes northeast there. So say bye-bye to your flowers. But it's the season. It's October. It's what to be expected. Snow out here toward Yellowstone Park through the mountains of Idaho. The skiers should be happy for that. And then that storm system is going to ride up into the Northern Plains. This is the one that's shown here. This one here is going to come up into the Northern Plains this weekend. A lot of wind behind it, very strong winds through Fargo into the Twin Cities, and just some showers and thunderstorms here. Now, what's going to happen is with that front, as it comes eastward, all right, the high goes off the coast, and now we get this big easterly flow again, and all this warmth and humidity is going to try to come back in, and we still have this tropical stuff down here as well, and eventually that's going to try to combine into some kind of storm system next week that's going to try to ride on and up and out. Again, I'm still a little leery with the way the troughs are looking, that we still get something in depth, something like that right in here sometime early next week. So kind of have to keep an eye on it, see how it pans itself out. Then we got snowstorm going to be coming back into the Rockies by Wednesday morning. It's going to be snowing back through Montana, up into Saskatchewan, almost is identical to what we saw. But the problem now is that the models are trying to bring this out into the northern plains, snow all the way in through the Dakotas, into Minnesota. And if this were to happen, there'd be quite a windy snow, almost blizzard type scenario for the northern plain states, as well as a big cold front coming across the country. And snow-wise here, look at that. It's just, look at the snow. Look at that. But that's what happens, you know, in these kind of wild weather patterns. All right. And that only takes us through the 11th. Wait to see what happens by mid-month. You know, we're still going to have to watch on this area over here yet, as storminess is going to head into the eastern part of the country after mid-month, and maybe even some snow starts to show up too. I got a feeling it's coming. It is coming. All right, folks. Wild ride coming here on the weather, and you know, certainly this is a potential snow event coming in for the plain states and the northern Rockies coming up again next week. Something we're going to be able to watch that one as well. So winter is making its hit quickly, which I never like to see early winters, because, you know, when it starts out early out here, by winter it ends up over here. All right, that's it for today. Meteorologist here in Market City.